Baca Loco and Social Paintball bring you view from the Deadbox. Number 1, what's a protein to do? There's a good back and forth in the Monday poll comments on this subject, and so I've decided to weigh in and see what the rest of y'all think. Here's the baseline question: if the current pro teams are pushed into a circumstance where they must pick one league or the other to compete, and what do they do? One side of the argument says it's a no-brainer. The pro teams ought to stick with the PSP. That's where competitive paintball legitimacy exists. That's the league that promotes the most popular format. That's the league a modest majority of the industry support. The league that has active regional leagues promoting the same format. The league that has its bunker sets at most every local field that has an airball field, etc. The other side of the argument says, do you put in all the years necessary and make all the sacrifices required only to be told what game you're going to play and get kicked to the curb at the whim of sponsors or the league? Or do you choose to take the risk, have a voice in your future and a stake in the game you play? And that's it. Pure and simple. Cut and dry. In the past NPPL 1.0, pure promotions, kinda, sorta promised, fingers crossed behind their backs, that a restricted pro division has some inherent value to the teams that are in the spot could trade on. At the same time, the NXL didn't fool around. They sold franchises to team owners and tried to take the shortcut to big money sports. Not that other guys weren't doing that too. Anyway, the point is that once that rabbit was out of the hat and paintball's elites begin to think about the game as a sport and as a road that could carry them into the future, there was no going back. And it's not like it was some crazy idea. Okay, maybe it was some kinda crazy idea, but the further point is that the idea originated with the leagues, factory team owners and other elements of the paintball establishment. So here we are. 2 leagues. Lots of opinions about the merits of each, but what we were talking about here is, where does the future lie for the established pro teams? It's easy to say that any vision of greater success, real money, even just a taste, is a pipe dream in the current situation, and it probably is, but a voice, a say, a stake in something, even if it doesn't pan out, is a tangible something compared to nothing. Look, I personally prefer XBall even in Race 2 form. I was against trying to jumpstart another NPPL attempt. I understand completely why the PSP thinks the pro teams are out of their minds. After all, it's the PSP that has taken all the risks, fought through the lean years, and continues to deal on a daily basis with a laundry list of liabilities that must be accounted for before there's any talk of profit. But none of it matters. The nature of the game as it exists today means the quality of the pro teams playing give the league's validity. If all the NPPL pro teams boycotted the PSP, are there enough established quality teams remaining to sustain a pro division? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. What are your thoughts?